On my way over to the Meadows to drive our boy Brace for Landing. Busy day already this morning. Went with a ton of babies. Well, they didn't go with a ton of babies. I went with some babies. The ones that were acting up are new horses you guys haven't even heard of yet. The Stay Hungry colt I've referenced a couple of times. His name is ACDC. He's there. Good looking colt. He is first foal from I don't know how they would get a first foal from a Western Hanover mare, but that's exactly what ACDC is. Kennel Inn is the mother, made $89,000, market 52-4 on a 5/8, marker 58 on a 5/8 as a 2-year-old. I don't know many horses in this family, but there's a lot of money and a lot of speed in here, and that's really all we're after. So ACDC is a new horse to the stable. He's jogging good, very timid the first day we got him in the barn, almost reminiscent of Sweeney, except much smaller. And over the last 2 days, he's really settled in well, and I saw him on the track today. Jason Merriman was jogging him, and he looked great. I went with Elysium Hanover. That's a horse that Steve had bought, and I'm not quite sure the ownership group yet, if he's going to end up selling any shares in the stable. I'm not sure. I went with her. That would be Elista Hanover's sister by Green Shoe that we had purchased. Well, he had purchased. What else did I go with today? I saw Cherry's girl go. She looked beautiful. I was really happy with what I saw today. Now, somebody messaged me and said, Anthony, you trained some horses yesterday. I'm just looking for an update. Chap was good. Chap made a break on the backstretch once and down the stretch once. Still one of my own 17, so still trotting good. But why did he make the break? I came in and there was 2 marks on his right shin halfway up where the bandages were, and one on the ankle. He needs to be shod. We're going to make a final little tinkering with him and see if we can get him to push forward again. Pelican Al, I told all my partners at Pelican Al, I'm going to turn him out for 3 weeks, bring him back in again. It's hard because we've been going and going and going for so long that you guys forget also that they are just 2-year-olds. And regardless if they raced or trained down, some of them do need a little bit more time. And that's where we're at with a horse like Pelican Al. And I don't think Chap is there, but if he gets to that point, he'll let us know, I'm sure of that. I'm a trucker, same thing. I had a message from somebody saying, Anthony, if he's only been in 18 to 25, how could he possibly make a racehorse? That's a fair question. As a trainer, I'm like, you have to understand, these are 2-year-olds. I can't advocate on behalf of a Michigan-bred 2-year-old trotter and say, don't worry, he'll come forward. I assume he will. But I'm no more concerned about him than I was any of the horses that we'd sent over to Ontario that are training back here. They're all 2-year-olds that are about to become sophomores January the 1st. Some of them are bigger, some of them are very immature and just need a little bit more time. And quite frankly, some of them are not going to make it. Some of them are not good horses. What I see them, when I look at their potential, that doesn't mean they'll reach it. Doesn't mean that I'm accurate. I can't look at a gauge on the side of the horse and say, well, there's the potential and that's where they're at. So, we just got to get them to there. No, I can only extrapolate what I see. And as it's pointed out to me very often, I'm a very optimistic person. So I can't say with certainty anybody will make it, but I believe they would, or they still wouldn't be in the barn training. I can tell you this much. If I had even an inkling that they were not going to race, they wouldn't be here right now. I can tell you that. So when it comes to Chappie or Al or Trucker or any of those horses training back, the most honest way I could put it is, if I didn't believe they weren't going to make racehorses, we wouldn't be fooling around with them right now. Somebody else would be, because we would have sold them already. So I guess that's the easiest way for me to put it. So for everybody wondering about the horses, Chap has still been around at 15 to 20 mark. Pelican Al had been in 2-4 actually, and we turned him out just because last time Jason trained him, he thought he was a little bit sick. He was running in a little bit, and I just said, you know what? We've been working on him really hard the last 2 months. Let me just give the horse a few weeks off. There's no deadline to have him there. The deadline is have him there when he's at his best, not just get him there. I can put him in qualify next week, go mile 2, 2, and 3, 31 seconds, and we can all throw up together. I don't want to do that. I want the horse to get there when he's at his most comfortable, when he has confidence, because he knows he is a racehorse. So that's what we'll be doing with those horses moving forward. And the thing that I've been working on over the last 48 hours with John Evans is there something we can do for Black Friday? I'm very aware. I've had a number of people message me asking when the shares of our homebreds are going to show up. I just didn't know the best way to do it. I was so excited to be these homebreds. Now sale season's come and gone. Everybody's put their money in, and we still have our homebreds. So we have to look at a better way to do this next year. But for right now, for this year, how do we ensure we move all the shares we can? How do we ensure that we allow people, because we've never had a specific day or a specific week that is geared towards sales, because when it comes to the horses, what we buy them for is what we put them up for. We don't pay at that price. So anything less than that would be an absolute loss. But I guess if you own a store and you have 20 cartons of milk in the fridge that are about to go bad this week, you're going to have to put them all on sale. Now you start to see my problem. Every horse that we reduce price in is money out of my pocket. It's gone. It's lost. It's money that I've already either borrowed or had to put out to buy these horses, and I'm going to take a loss on them. So is there what's the best way to mitigate that? Well, we can reduce all the prices on the 2-year-olds turning 3 on the site for Black Friday week, I guess. I just got a number of commercials on my iPad and my phone and on TV. It's not Black Friday anymore. It's Black Friday week. It's the 21st to the 29th now. The stores have found a way to stretch one day into 7. How do we incentivize the purchases of our private horses, of our homebreds? Well, I too have some shares in pretty decent racehorses. This wasn't my idea, it was sent to me. I thought it was a great idea. What if you buy 3 shares of any of the homebreds? Get a free horse. Share of a horse. I don't know the horse yet. Buy 5, a better horse. Buy 10, a better horse. Buy 20, an even better horse. Because I do have some shares in some of our decent horses. A few left over. And they could range from Irresistible Sun to, John has Watch Your Mouth over here now. He's not a great racehorse, but I can assure you when he makes the race in Northfield, he'll do well, at least for a while. And those are free shares. You can sell them, do whatever you want with them after that, in theory. I have shares of Pickpocket. We do, John and I. Pickpocket, Irresistible Sun. Brace for Landing, who's racing over here today. A couple of shares of 3 Point Blue Chip, I think. And he may actually have a few shares if time is on my side. So how do we incentivize everybody to get involved with the homebreds? Because realistically, what everybody wants in a perfect world would be to buy some babies, watch them train down, and have some racehorse shares to pay for them. I get it. I get that all the time. And what happens a lot of the time is, buy the shares of the babies, you get some racehorses, the racehorses don't race good, and all of a sudden you're on the hook for 5, 6, 7, 8 shares. I don't want people getting into that situation. So please, take everything I say with a grain of salt, and none of this is locked in. This is all proposed. Just throwing stuff at a wall right now to see what sticks. And it's not. We have never been in a better place than we are right now regarding the babies and the sales. It's never perfect. There's always that thin line, and I'm always pulling my hair out. It just seems like I'm pulling less of it out this year. So that isn't what this is. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to Black Friday, or I guess Black Friday week. I don't know what the hell they call it now. It's not a day anymore. It's a week. Either way, it's here in about 10 days. No, not less than that. What's the date today? The date today, I don't know. It's going to be like the 13th. It is the 13th. It's here in 8 days. What say you? I've already got a mountain of emails of people with great ideas. That's where these ideas came from. Because when it comes to stuff like this, I'm afraid I'm missing the forest for the trees. So I'll defer to everybody in your imaginations, because you've all done a great job. The people that have sent in those emails, I appreciate everything you did. They were all very helpful. And you probably heard some of your ideas in what I've just said. So thank you again. So, that being said, we still have lots to talk about over the next week. 8 days to be exact, I guess. We have horses racing today. We have 4 in tonight. I'm racing. I was up this morning. I didn't get there too early, around 9 o'clock to the barn. You know, Amy he said, well, you're going to have to get here earlier than 9. I said, well, if you can tell me anybody other than myself that are going to be here at midnight tonight when the 16th race goes, that'll be fine. I'm going to throw a little 15 hours in if it's all right with you. I guess Jason probably will also. Both Jasons for that matter. 4 tonight, 1 this afternoon. Now tomorrow the card looks great. I'm very excited about the races. I would be way more excited if they weren't calling for a ton of rain. Oh my God. Just the thought of it drives me crazy. So we'll see how everything plays out. Still lots of racing going on. I'm actually looking to acquire a horse or two over the next 2 days. One of them is selling today. I wouldn't be too optimistic. I'm going to open up on gate and see what that horse is, and by the time you watch this video, that horse will already been sold. So there's nothing you can do about it. I'll either have acquired the horse or not. There's one coming up this week, the next day or two also, that I'm pretty interested in. A couple other horses. So we are looking to actively acquire. Will be sending Drebin back to Ontario, as I said yesterday. He is entered for Monday, and there's actually a class even softer than that on Fridays. My concern is, and as I said to Dominic, I don't want, the grass is not always greener, and I don't want to forego a Monday race hoping a Friday race fills that may or may not fill. So just enter him on Monday. I talked to James about the class that went last week. He was pretty optimistic about how Drebin would do in that class. My only concern is how short he'll be. I have no idea. We will see. But for right now, really, really happy with everything. It is a great day. I woke up. It wasn't too cold. It was just about as cold or maybe a little warmer than I thought it would be outside. All the babies went great today. I was happy with everybody on the track. No complaints from anybody else. None of the Jasons. Even Amy went with a bunch. No complaints about anybody today. Trucker trained good. I watched him go with Jason. Same type of thing around 17. You're just going to have to be patient. There is no point in rushing the horses. They will tell us when they're ready. Trained all the Ontario breds yesterday. I thought Century Legion of all the horses looked amazing. We're going to have to do some tinkering with Trevino on green, which I'm perfectly fine with. My Wicked Heart was decent also. Chap was good. And as I said, Pelican Al is going to get 3 weeks off. So that's where we're at with those horses. I think George of the Jungle, was brought to my attention today by Greg, one of my partners on George, that next week's actually the 4th leg. Now, we'll do the math quick, but I believe George makes it in with 224. Should get in the final. We may skip next week. He did show a little bit of blood this morning. He did show a little bit of mucus this morning. Maybe take the next week off to make sure we have him at 100% for the final, which isn't next week, it's the week after. Train him up tight. Make sure we have him firing on all cylinders and race him in the final. I think that's the smart play. So that's probably what we're going to do. So you will not see him on Tuesday. There's nothing wrong with him other than stuff we're working on, which we will. It's nothing we haven't faced before and nothing we don't have answers for. So George will be 102% for the final. So looking to get everybody, this is the only issue for this time of year is, as I said, trying to see the entire playing field for what it is. Trying to understand how we're going to attack each jurisdiction, what horses need to leave, what horses need to come, where they need to go, where they need to race. These are things, it's constantly fluid, but we're trying to look for our best options moving forward. There's no bad options, put it that way. The only bad option right now is when our horses don't get in every week, like Drebin. That's bad. And things will start to solidify across the board everywhere. My only concern is when Indiana closes, you probably will see an influx of horses from Indiana. It's always problematic. So I wouldn't rely on that Southern Ohio, those entries being consistent. 3-Point Blue Chip, is he going to get in every week? I don't know. We'll know all at the same time together. So that's where I'm at now. I think you guys are up to date. Everything I know, you know, which isn't a lot, but it's a little bit. Excited about driving Brace over here, getting back to drive the horses tonight. La Dorian's in a good class, even though late at night she's in a good class. Although I'm skeptical about Insider Trading's drive right now. I guess I'm looking for the best way to put it. Her confidence isn't as high as we need it to be. She looked adequate last week. I expect her to race better tonight. We will see together. But other than that, I think we got a pretty good lineup for the next 72 hours. So with that, I'll talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.